Hello crafty friend, it's Justine. Today I am going to make a shaker card with a stitching die, and I'm not doing any stitching at all, so it's a little different than usual, but I hope you stick around and this should be a very interesting card today. So I kind of went crazy with the stitch die of the month. It's called Stitch Balloon Card Front, and it makes this awesome, here I'll just show you what I've already made. It makes this awesome little stitch balloon, and I've made a couple cards now with it. Here's a look at one of them. I'll just grab one. But these little stitch balloons go on here, and I wanted a whole bunch of different colors. I did a couple of cards with it. So to get all of my stitch balloons, I had to die cut out the panel a lot because each panel makes 2 of the stitch balloons. Because I had all of those panels, I thought instead of just toss them in the recycling bin or use them for other die cuts, I piled them all together and made a mega panel. And I glued them all together with some Beverly Art liquid glue. You can kind of see there, I glued it in rainbow order because why not? Rainbows are adorable. So I did that, and now I have this big piece. It is really thick. I think it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'm going to put this one on 11. So it's 11 pieces of paper thick, which that's pretty beefy, and that was because I'm going to make this a shaker card. So you can see that left a big kind of gap here, and I'm going to have some little areas for some really cute embellishments to go in. So I have my card base, I have my card front. It's going to go something like this, and before I get kind of crazy, I need to think about my balloon placements because I have these balloons, and the ones that are going to be the windows, so the 4 balloons that are going to be the windows, need a balloon to go behind them. So there's some color because this is going to be the top, this white piece. So let's just get those in place. I wanted it to kind of go in rainbow order because why not? It's adorable. And I think that means that these 4 are going to go in the back, and then these 2 will go here. So bear with me. I'm going to just put some liquid glue on a panel before, on the card base, before I glue down. You know, I'm not going to use liquid glue. I'm going to use tape runner just so it's not wet behind there. And then just line up the balloons and push down. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with foam tape. Ugh. It just wrecked one of my glimmered cards, and I just, I love that it gives the lift, but this is kind of a fun way to make a shaker card, you know? And now these pieces are not going to go in the recycling bin, and they have a little bit of life left in them. Okay, the yellow one is going next. I think the stitch die is pretty versatile because it has this balloon die cut. You don't have to be a stitcher to like this one. I mean, if you are a stitcher, that's awesome because there's the stitching balloon part, but you don't have to use the stitched part to make some really cool cards, and hopefully I'm inspiring you today to do just that. Not that I don't love stitching, because I am obsessed with stitching. I love it. And if you're interested in inspiration about stitching, I have a whole playlist on my channel. So check that out. I don't even know how many videos are on there now, but a lot. Okay, now that I have those balloons there, they're going to be perfect and ready to go when I put this big panel on. And yes, you can still see the other colors of the panels under there, but that's okay. It's kind of going with the rainbow theme here. Ooh, I need acetate. Phew, I'm so glad I didn't forget that step. The acetate's going to go on the top of this. Okay, so we're going to put this panel on here. Oh man, I would have been so sad if I would have tried finishing this card without acetate, and then the card would not be a shaker card. I'd be so disappointed. I'm so glad. Anyway. Okay, so we have the balloon panel going on the card base, like so. You know, I'm going to actually pick it up because I want it to line up with the balloons too. And I want everything just to be just so. And it is. Great. Okay, now for my embellishments. I need to load those into these 4 circles. I was going to use this one, which was called Surprise Party. But it does have these large balls, and they really are balls. They're not the half balls. They're the real whole ones. Because they have these adorable little candy pieces. But because I'm doing like rainbow balloons, maybe I will just go back to this one, which was the Sonic Boom, which I did use a little liquid glue to close this one up because it boomed everywhere all over my desk. But you know, I'm going to use it now. So this package is from Mix-Ups and Spellbinders, is distributing that, so that's where I got these from, and I figured it would be kind of fun just to use these on a shaker card. Now I'm going to be a little bit fussy with the way that these pieces are going in, especially with the gems like this. I want it to be facing the right direction, if you will. How fun are these sprinkles? Just adorable. You know, I'm going to dump them in and then fuss with the gems after they're all in. Okay, that one looks like it has a lot. Okay, that should do it. Alrighty, now time to fuss with the gems. Okay, I'm also going to make sure that I have at least one of these little rainbows in each balloon because they're so cute. And that will be all. Now I'm all set for my acetate. You know, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more in this one. If all the other like little embellishments aren't your thing, Spellbinders also sells these, which are sprinkles, and then they also sell this kind of like a little disc that they're still sprinkles, but they don't look like this. These are more of like cylinders, and other ones look more like a little flat disc, but they're perfect for shaker cards. So I'll link all of that in the description just so you can see it. Now I have this this acetate cut down for the glimmer, so it looks like I'm gonna have to grab a bigger piece of acetate because this is not going to cover the balloons. So I'll have to do that really quickly and jump back on. Okay, so I cut this acetate to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, just so it's just barely going to have a border around the edge, just so it doesn't spill out. But I have to be a little bit cautious with the liquid glue here because I don't want anything to come out of my balloons. And I think with this one I'm going to add this adhesive on, and then I'm going to just wait and let it dry and then keep filming, just because I don't want any of those adorable embellishments to get stuck in my liquid glue at all. So I'm just going to wait, and I mean the liquid glue will dry clear, not that it really matters here because the white panel is going over it, but there's that. It's gonna look something like this. Oh, I'm just so excited. Okay, I will see you in just a bit. For you it'll be seconds, but for me it'll be, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. Things are mostly dry, so we're just gonna keep on moving. So I'm gonna put my panel on next. This is the front panel. I'm just gonna use a little liquid glue for that because I have the acetate there. Don't want to be too stuck down with double-sided tape. So the liquid glue should give me just a second of wiggle time if I need it. So we'll see how this goes. I've never done something like this before, so we're just kind of experimenting. Okay. You might hear a little rain in the background. It is now raining and snowing. I guess that's called sleeting. Okay. Things look straight. Perfect. Okay. I love this. This is a very heavy card because it has all of these panels, but I really like the way that it is turning out. Okay, so now it's time to add the balloons. And as the glue was drying, I was sitting here at my desk and I was like, you know, this is a stitch die after all. I have to add a stitched element. So I went ahead and stitched these 2 balloons, and I'm going to put the plain paper behind them just so they are nice and flat. Just put a little liquid glue and that should do it. And you don't have to put the balloon behind it. I did not do that for the other projects I made with the stitched balloon, but it just gives the holes in the back a similar color if you're looking for that. But I don't know, I just thought I'd test it out. Now I didn't put enough glue on the edge, so I'm going to try that again and hope for the best. Second time's a charm here. There we have it, a stitched balloon. So I will set that right here. You can kind of see, hopefully you can see on camera, but there's a little bit of an etched line that goes from here to here and here to here, and that is just to show you where to put the balloon. So I'll just add glue there and then put the balloon directly on the project. Oh, how fun is this turning out? Okay, I'll do the same with the green one and I'll show you what it looks like after. Alright, now time to put the green one on. I'm just going to line that up with this line because that is acting as the ribbon for the balloon, or the string, I guess. Alright, now if you're curious about the stamp set or the stamp sentiment I used, if you're wondering about the Hip Hip Hooray, that is from the stamp of the month. That's called All About You Wishes. So I just stamped that with some black ink and kept that kind of simple since the shaker windows are kind of the star of the show here. So I am excited to say I am excited to say that I have now made a stitched shaker card. How fun. Now to finish this one off, I'm going to add some embellishments. These are just the self-adhesive embellishments from Spellbinders, and I think the silver ones look really cute with what we've got going on here. So we're going to put some bigger ones and some littler ones. Now this card, if you were to mail it, of course, would be a little extra postage. I maybe would even throw it in a box or something, or a hand delivered, or just an oversized envelope if you're hand delivering it. But it's definitely a beefy card. It has a lot of paper, it has embellishments, stitching. It's just, there's a lot happening here. I'd say this is probably, with my hand scale, 3 ounces at least. So it's a heavy one, but it's a card that hopefully it would brighten someone's birthday, and I think it's just adorable. So let me know what you think about this one in the comments. If you want to remake it, please do. I'd love to see what you make with the stitch die. So the best way to show me what you make is to join the Facebook group that's linked in the description and post what you make. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, and I hope you're having a wonderful May. Goodbye.